It's 5:23 p.m. So wow. Hold up. So I left the library. This big fake FedEx truck. You can't see because it's foggy. So what happened was, well, I had to leave. It was like 3:15 p.m. when I left the library. And so I left the library and came to eat. And I forgot that they had a Monday special for $5. So they did my side items. They filled, all the side items the proper amount. So thanks for that. But they gave me one smaller piece of meatloaf. And then, I got there just before 3:30. And so I'm like, oh, wow, can I wait around for 4 o'clock, for the dinner special? And they say, yeah, they let me wait around. So they let me wait around. They gave me the proper, hold up. See, oh man, I missed it. He had one brake light. It was a one white brake light on the FedEx truck. So I ordered, the meatloaf with, because I figured if it was $5, I thought that it would have been normal to be a smaller piece of meat, And they gave me, the proper amount of, they gave me the right amount of yams, the candied yams. Come on, man. This is a perp. Strange headlights, too. Ignorant. So they gave me the proper amount of candy yams and mac and cheese. And so, see, this car has on their bright lights, the high beams. I smell somebody barbecuing. Oh, hold on, man. Like, was that the same SUV that I missed it before I started the video. It looked like somebody, see this perp right here keep brightening their lights at me. So, they had somebody I can't tell what color the SUV was, that brightened when I left the restaurant, they drove slow by me and then stopped in a very creepy way, in the same way people would do, like as if there was like a drive-by shooting. It really creeped me out. So I didn't find out until after I got done my food. I was still hungry, and come on, man. Perps. I was still, look, more perps waiting for me. So I was still, I was still hungry. So I ordered an extra side item plus ice cream. Now I had that they would give me the proper amount of meatloaf, you know, they cheated me out of the meatloaf. So if they would have gave me the proper amount of meatloaf, all that could have filled me up for $5. All of it. I wouldn't have had to feel the need to get an extra side item. But then all the rich folks, I saw them, getting like 2 pieces of meatloaf and meatloaf that was fatter, way fatter than mine. And then they had this white lady. She kept on giving me very mean looks. Very mean, evil, piercing, hate, anger look. And she was the first one that I noticed that, and I'm sitting here wondering, it seemed like as if everybody else had double the size of the meatloaf that I had, plus 2 pieces, not 1. So I had to use the bathroom. They gave me the proper amount of grits, ice cream, and mac and cheese, and candy yams. But I didn't realize that they cheated me with the meatloaf. So basically, everybody else got like 4 times the size that I got of the meatloaf. And they had 2 big pieces, and they gave me like a smaller piece. So I ended up spending pretty much triple of what I intended to. I was going to have just a $5 special and no ice cream, no none of that. Not the extra stuff, but I ended up spending close to $15 and because I felt like, I wasn't going to eat for the rest of the day, And so that's how the gang stalking network, they manipulate you into being forced to waste more unnecessary money, And so then I so I had to be forced, because I was still hungry, And so that was both. I was planning to have that be like so late of a lunch, but earlier dinner, late lunch, early dinner. And I was going to make that the last thing that I eat for the day, So, and y'all know, with me being homeless on the streets and stuff, I was manipulated and tricked into thinking that I had exceptional service because the side items were, the filled to the top like normal, and the ice cream was filled to the top not like normal, but I was cheated see, these are perps distracting me, but I was cheated, out of the meatloaf, and then, so I was cheated out of the meatloaf, and I mistakenly thought that I had great service, and so, y'all know, even though I'm struggling and going through stuff, but I tipped the lady $3, and she just said, okay, and she didn't even say thank you, So then I told one of the employees, the young guy with dreads, first he said, well, it depends. They switched out shifts, and so it depends on the shift. And I'm like, what you mean? I came just in time for the 4:00 shift, So if everybody else is on the same shift, why do I deserve to be punished with less meatloaf than everybody else? So that's what I was thinking in my head, But so he was very polite about it, and he told me that he would talk to the manager. And so he talked to the manager, and he gave me a much bigger, fatter piece of meatloaf with no gravy on it. But the meatloaf was flavorfully very good, but it had the texture and the consistency of stuffing, bread stuffing, not cornbread stuffing, but regular bread stuffing, like dressing stuffing, holiday stuffing. That's what the texture was like. But flavor wise, it was good, but it was too soft and whatever to be like. I didn't even taste any chewy. Like it wasn't, like meat, So but it tasted good. So so they gave me an extra thing of meatloaf, and so the lady that was my server, she said, well, everybody's supposed to get one piece. I'm like, well, why does I see everybody else with thicker slices than me, and not only one but two pieces? And so when the so-called, I guess they said he was the general manager, and he said he was a black guy, but he was very polite attitude-wise. But he said that he said something about sometimes I felt gaslit though, but he said sometimes hi, I'm fine. Hi y'all. So he said something about that each worker, that they cut them up in different slices or something like that. And so he said, oh, when a piece is too small, then we'll give him a big one. It seemed like he tried to play psychological games with me and try to gaslight me. But I see what's going on. But I felt like, so I mean, sometimes when you might think you're being treated, they manipulate or trick you into thinking you're being treated good or have a good deal. They trick and manipulate you into thinking you got a good deal, and come to find out you've been beat and got fucked over or screwed over so bad, and you don't realize until after the fact. So so getting, I mean, like after the fact, so I mean, yeah, if one guy say, oh, you got a smaller piece than everybody else because people were working, like they switch shifts or they got different shifts, and then another worker say, well, everybody's supposed to get one piece. I'm like, well, why? I see everybody else with two pieces, and I'm the only one who got one piece. And so when the manager tried to say, well, oh, people cut them up in different sizes, I ain't never heard of nothing like that. Usually everybody would get like approximately the same cut of meatloaf or the same size of meatloaf. So I may not go there at least for a while. Come on, man. Perp. That loud ass fucking truck. Perps with an S, because they got some in the So tomorrow it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, at first I was tricked into thinking I got such a good deal and such great customer service. you know. So that's what I mean. Like, I was manipulated and tricked into spending like more than triple the amount that I originally intended. Because if they would have gave me the proper amount of meatloaf, I would have been full enough that I would not have to even have needed a third side item to eat. I'm still hungry, you know. But for breakfast, I had 2 small, tiny little granola bars, those Quaker junk granola bars, and a part of an apple, like maybe half of an apple, and 2 eggs. And the other 2 eggs, I realized I accidentally forgot them in the hotel room refrigerator. I meant to get them out, but oh well, it's just eggs. But, you know, so I guess I probably would have no choice but to go back by the bay and try to sleep over there. But I won't have any privacy or a spot to use the bathroom or pee. And I won't be able to hide my sleeping bag. And so tomorrow is, I don't know if it's supposed to rain in early tomorrow morning or later tomorrow, but see how I don't know, I just financially got bad luck this month with everybody financially fucking over me. I wrote a blog post earlier too, and I would like to, you know, I had more blog topics to write about, but I had more blog topics to write about, but I don't know if I might write a short story. So yeah, I try to find a quiet spot. Hello. I try to find a quiet spot to talk, you know, while I was on this walk. Look, Perps in a red car ready. It's a red Chevy Cruze. And Perps will actually come by perping and what, see, look. And they probably did actually drop off some books while perping. See? Why you waiting for me, and then when I come back to the library, y'all pulling out in this red Chevy Cruze? Why do you see this pattern? Or they probably didn't even drop off any books or do anything. And then you're looking at me. Look, he's guilty. Go somewhere. Damn perp. Yeah, they want to be like, try to play psych games and gaslight them. Oh, can I help you? You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. As I said, you probably were just here to wait for me and did no business at the library. And they did it at the hotel too. It was a blue SUV, a blue Honda SUV, Perps in a blue Honda SUV that waited until I walked out of my room. They waited till after I walked out of the room and was going to check out. And after that, that's when they were waiting for me and they drove off. So I gotta go.